Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back, my dear friends. How are you all? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome back. Hopefully, I am live. Quickly let me know in the chat box. Yeah, we are live. Hi everyone. एक बार refresh कर देना यार ये. Hello. Class duration it will be till 3:30 around 4, right? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome back, my dear friends. You can absolutely watch it, Yogita. All right, we are going to solve around, we are going to solve multiple questions from same chapter. So you can definitely watch this, right? It's going to be very, very beneficial for you. Chalo. So without any delay, let's start today's class, friends. And I've got questions from almost every chapter, right? Almost every chapter. And again, these questions are going to be unique questions. So practice them with me. Let's begin. We have got poll also. Just a second. Pylons वाला poll नहीं लगेगा. Pylons. Pylons. Chalo, no problem. Let's start with the first question. See, this is the first question from the chapter of units and measurement, right? Let's start. I'll start the poll. 60 seconds. Let's begin. And let me read the question for you. The temperature of two bodies measured by a thermometer is T1, that is 20 degrees Celsius plus minus 0.5 degrees Celsius, and T2 50 degrees Celsius plus minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. And then they are saying temperature difference and the error therein is, right? So what is the temperature difference with error? Got it? So temperature difference with error basically means they want us to find out T2 minus T1 because T2 is greater than T1. So T2 minus T1. So we are going to simply write it as 50 degree minus 20 degree. This is going to be 30 degrees Celsius. Now let's also find out the error in this. So please remember, error always add up. So error are always going to add. So 0.5 plus 0.5, this will give you 1 degree Celsius, right? 1 degree Celsius. That means finally you are going to write temperature as 30 degrees Celsius plus minus 1 degree Celsius. All right. So note this concept down, that no matter whether you are talking about addition or subtraction, errors are always going to add up. What about in multiplication and division? Either you can use your power rule, right? You can simply use power rule if they are talking about percentage error, or if they are not talking about percentage error, then please note you have to use product rule and division rule, similar to what you have seen in differentiation, right? So this is going to be your answer. That means 30 degree plus minus 1 degree Celsius. That is option number 1. Let's mark option A. Very nice, very good. Let's move on to the next question. This is the next question. This is slightly better than the last one. All right. So you have to pay attention. Please read the question, what it is saying. A bar of cross-sectional area A. This is the bar, right? So let's suppose we have got a bar like this. Let me explain it to you. We have got a bar like this. So obviously this cross-sectional area is A, and you are seeing this something like this. So we have got a force acting in this direction, tensile force F in this direction, tensile force F in this direction. Now they are saying a bar of cross-sectional area A is subjected to two equal and opposite tensile forces at its end, as shown in the figure. Consider a plane BB dash. This is BB dash, making an angle theta with the length. The ratio of tensile stress to shearing stress, got it? To shearing stress on the plane BB dash is going to be. All right, my dear friends. So let's start the timer. 60 seconds. and let's solve it. Be quick. Be quick, my dear friends. Very important problem from mechanical properties of solids. Now pay attention. Let's first of all, let's suppose, my dear friends, then the area of this BB dash is area of BB dash. What is this BB dash? This BB dash plane is, let's suppose it is A dash. Let's say it is A dash. Got it? So that means this is A dash. And if you have any doubt, let me tell you this might be looking something like this, right? This might be looking something like this. So one thing, if this is theta, then we can also write down. Pay attention, my dear friends. We can also write down that A dash sine theta will be equals to A. Which means that what I am trying to say is that the y component of this area, that means y component of this area is going to be this, and we know that the area of this bar is actually equals to A. Area of cross section is A. So that means this is A dash, this thing is A dash, and this thing is theta. So I can rewrite that this is going to be A cos theta and this is going to be A sin theta. A dash sine theta. So A dash sine theta is equals to A. This means that A dash is equals to A upon sine theta. Hopefully this thing is absolutely clear, my dear friends, right? A dash will be A sine theta. Now please understand that we are applying force F like this. Alright, so this is force F, and if this angle is theta, that means this angle is also theta. So let's make a force perpendicular to this area. This is going to be F perpendicular, which I can write it as F sine theta. Another component will be along the area, and this is going to be F cos theta. Now, whenever they are going to talk about tensile stress, remember it is going to be tensile stress will be the perpendicular force, that is F sine theta, divided by area, that is A dash. And now I can write down, instead of A dash, I can write it down as A upon sine theta. That is, this will become F sine square theta divided by A. Let me know if you have any doubt in the chat box. I'll definitely reply. Okay. Now pay attention. Further, now they are talking about shearing stress. So for shearing stress, we are going to write, the force which is along the plane. So force which is along the plane is F cos theta, and divided by again A dash. So when we are going to substitute it, it will become F cos theta, and then because of A dash, it will become sine theta upon A. Now they are talking about ratio of these two things. So when they are talking about ratio of tensile stress upon shearing stress, we are going to have F sine square theta divided by A, and then you have got F cos theta sine theta divided by A. So A can be cancelled out, F can be cancelled out, one of the sine theta can be cancelled out. Answer will be sine theta upon cos theta, that is tan theta. So the answer for this is going to be first, that is tan theta. You can also remember it. Answer A is absolutely correct. Clear? Any doubt? Done? Quickly let me know in the chat box if solution is absolutely clear. This is a nice problem from mechanical properties of solids. Do remember, whenever you are going to talk about tensile stress, we look for normal force. Whenever you are going to talk about shearing stress, you will look for the force which is acting along the area, right? Along the area. I have assumed that the area of BB dash is equals to A. So the sine component of this area will fall over here, and this is already given. This is equals to A. Don't think, sir, this is length. We are seeing a cross-sectional diagram of this. Got it? Sorry, we are seeing a side view diagram of this. All right. Moving on to the next question, my dear friends. Hopefully everything is clear. Very, very good. The ratio of magnetic field at the center of a current carrying circular wire and the magnetic field at the center of square coil made from the same length of wire will be. Nice problem, 60 seconds, let's start. Be quick. Be quick, my dear friends. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Do let me know, my dear friends, if you have any doubt. They are saying that the ratio of magnetic field at the center of a current carrying circular coil. So let's suppose we are talking about a current carrying circular coil, something like this. The radius of this coil is R. Let's suppose the radius of this coil is R. Current that is flowing is I, right? So magnetic field at the center will be mu naught I divided upon 2R. Mu naught I divided upon 2R. This is going to be the magnetic field at the center. Now we are saying that we have made a square out of this circular coil. So first of all, if you are making a square out of this circular coil, that means 2 pi R will be equals to 2 pi R will be actually equals to 4 times of A. Let's say the edge length of this square is A, right? So doston, this thing we are going to write A as pi R by 2. So A will come out to be pi R by 2. Now magnetic field at the center point, that means somewhere over here it will be something like this. So everyone should know that, sir, obviously these two angles are going to be 45 degree, that means pi by 4 and pi by 4. Let's assume current is flowing in this direction, right, or in any direction, right? We don't have to worry about that because anyway we want to find out the magnitude. So magnetic field will be due to a single wire, it will be mu naught upon I divided by 4 pi d. Instead of d, I am going to write A by 2. This distance is going to be A by 2. So A was pi R by 2. So this will become pi R by 4. And then sine 45 degree, sine 45 degree. Sine 45 degree plus sine 45 degree. Right? So this 4 and 4 can get cancelled out, and this is magnetic field due to square loop. This was due to circular loop. So you are going to get mu naught I upon pi square R, and sine 45 will become, and by the way, this is just about one wire. If you are going to talk about the entire square loop, we have got 3 more wires and magnetic field is in the same direction. So let me multiply everything with 4. So let me multiply everything with 4, and then over here I am getting 2 upon root 2, which I can rewrite this thing as something like this. Clear? Which I can rewrite this as 4 mu naught I root 2 upon pi square R. Now you have to take the ratio of these two things. So let me take the ratio of these two things over here. They are saying that at the center of square made from the coils, right? So first they are talking about circular wire. So BC divided by BS. So this is mu naught I upon 2R, and this is 4 root 2 mu naught I, hopefully everything is correct, and divided by pi square R. Clear? So first of all, mu naught I can be cancelled out, R can be cancelled out, and we are getting pi square divided by 8 root 2. Pi square divided by 8 root 2 is the correct answer. That means option number 2. Alright. Alright, so some of you have also marked pi upon 4 root 2. So you might not have actually multiplied. Maybe you might not have multiplied this 4, okay, or maybe some other error. Sir, L by 4 hoga na. Why L by 4? Please tell me why L by 4 hoga. Which thing, bache? Which thing? Which is L, by the way? है ना? I've assumed this thing to be A, and this is 2 pi R. So 2 pi R is equals to 4A. So A will be equals to this 2 will get cancelled out by this 4. It will become 2 over here. It will become pi R by 2. Please don't do any mistake. Clear? Everything is sorted. Quickly write down in the chat box, crystal clear, and I'm moving on to the next question. Right? Done? Clear? Any problem? Sorted. Moving on to the next question. Please let me know if you have any doubt. I'll go back to that question. I'll clear your doubt. Right? See, you are asking me, sir, from this video if 120 marks is pakka or not. You can see the level of the questions. This is absolutely similar to what we are expecting from RE-NEET exam. Not very easy, not like extremely difficult, right? See the level of the questions and also unique type of problems. So that's what I have tried. I've tried my best that I'm going to bring some questions which are new to you, right? So it's going to be a very good revision session for you. Now let's look at this problem. An increase in pressure, this is not increases, an increase in pressure required to decrease the 200 liters of volume of a liquid by 0.004 percentage in a container. Bulk modulus is given. 60 seconds is your time. Let's start, my dear friends. All right, let's start. Now in this particular problem, please remember that you are going to use the formula of bulk modulus as minus del P divided by del V by V. All right, del V by V. Or if you are only talking about magnitude, you can actually ignore the negative sign, and that's what they are saying, increase in pressure. So obviously if del V by V is going to decrease, pressure is going to increase, B will remain constant, bulk modulus will remain constant. So they want us to ask increase in pressure. So that means del P, that means, my dear friends, del P will be equals to B multiplied by del V by V. B multiplied by del V by V, and I am only talking about magnitude. That's why I have removed negative sign. Although you know that, sir, if this is decreasing, obviously there will be an increase in pressure. Now please, many times students actually commit one mistake. Instead of B, obviously you are going to simply write down the value, that is 2100 mega Pascal. So 10 to the power 6 Pascal multiplied by, please understand, this is 0.004, and percentage basically means divided by 100, not multiplied by 100. Okay, I know that everyone knows this. This is basic 6th, 7th level maths. But sometimes what happens that in a high tension environment like NEET exam or any competitive exams, we can commit such types of mistake that when we can actually, instead of dividing it by 100, we can simply multiply it by 100. So don't do such mistake. All right, so this will actually become, my dear friends, you have got 2 zeros, you have got 3 zeros, that means 10 to the power minus 5. We can cancel these 5 zeros from here, and I am getting 21 times 10 to the power, or dosto, I have got one more thing, I have got 4 also, right? I have got 4 also. So let me multiply 4 with this. So this will become 84, and then I have got 3 zeros. So this will look something like this, and or you can write down 84 kilopascals. 84 kilopascals. So fourth is the correct answer, my dear friends. Fourth is the correct answer. Very good, great. Hopefully no doubts from this question and from the last question, right? Clear? Everything is sorted. I can move on to the next problem. Quickly write down in the chat box, crystal clear, if everything is fine. We have solved, I think, 4 questions till now, right? Be quick, be quick. Do remember this formula, and do remember that we are only talking about magnitude over here. They have already said that there will be an increase in pressure. This is bulk modulus, right? There will be all sorts of question. Gaming boy, there will be all sorts of question, but definitely we are going to solve modern physics, we are going to talk about logic gates, we are going to do all sorts of things, okay? Don't worry. Chalo. Another nice problem related with graph. I am going to give you 90 seconds because this requires certain calculation. All right, this requires certain calculations. Mukesh is asking, sir, how to attend poll? Simply write down in the YouTube chat box as your, whatever your answer is, A, B or C, just write down that letter in the chat box. Okay, chalo, let's start. 90 seconds for this. Begin. In this question, they are saying the speed time graph of a particle moving along a fixed direction is shown in the figure. The distance traveled by the particle, kindly note what time they have given, what time interval they have given. T equals to 2 seconds to T equals to 6 seconds. All right, this is the time interval that they have given. Again, somebody is asking how to attend poll. Simply write down your answer in the YouTube chat box. That's all. Okay. The speed time graph is given. You have to find out the distance traversed, distance traveled from T equals to 2 seconds to T equals to 6 seconds. This is what they are asking. All right. So first thing that you will have to do is, please understand that from t equals to 2 to t equals to 6 seconds. Now the problem over here is, as we can see that at 5 seconds, at exactly 5 seconds, acceleration is changing, right? So till 5 seconds acceleration was same. So instead of talking about 2 to 6 seconds, what we are going to do is we are going to first talk about from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 5 seconds, right? And then we are going to talk about, so this is the first thing we have to do. The second thing that we have to do is, then we are going to talk about from t equals to 5 seconds to t equals to 6 seconds. And then we are going to add the two distances. Now please note, right now what the equation that I'm going to use over here is of second equation, ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at square. This is the equation that I am going to use. Now let's talk about from t equals to 2 to 5 seconds. So for 2 seconds, note I really don't know initial velocity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write v equals to u plus a, and now acceleration over here, my dear friends, you might please take a look at this graph. Acceleration, first acceleration from 0 to 5 seconds will be change in velocity, that is 12 divided by 5. Hopefully this is all good to you, right? So 12 divided by 5, if you want you can change this, if not, no problem. So this will become v equals to u plus at, acceleration is 12 by 5, and time is, mind you, time is 2 seconds, right? Time is 2 seconds. So we are going to, now we know the initial velocity is 24 by 5 meter per second. 24 by 5 meter per second. Now let's substitute. So this is going to be S1. So this will be 24 by 5 multiplied by, now from t equals to 2 to 5 seconds, duration is actually 3 seconds. So for 3 seconds, it is moving with an acceleration of this, right? So this is going to be A1. This is going to be A1. So 24 by 5 multiplied by 3 plus half acceleration is 12 by 5 divided by t square, that is 3 square. This is going to be your S1. Similarly for the second one, and please let me know what value you are getting from S1. Answer this. And then for the second part, my dear friends, please remember we are talking about from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. So at 5 second velocity is 12 meter per second. So you don't have to again find out the velocity, simply use S2 is equals to ut. So instead of u, you are going to write 12 into t, and t is, now mind you, t is 1 second. T is 1 second plus half acceleration. Now again pay attention, acceleration will be different over here, because in the second time acceleration, first of all, it will be negative, and change in velocity is 12, and time is actually 5. So time is 5, so magnitude is same, but direction is obviously different. We are going to use minus sign. So minus a into t square. Now find out this distance traveled, and this is going to be your answer. Let me tell you what answer you will get from this, my dear friends. You are going to get, first you are going to get 25.2 and 10.8. 25.2, this is 25.2, and this is going to be 10.8 meters. Clear, my dear friends? So this is going to be 35, 36. So 36 meter. Finally, the answer is going to be S1 plus S2 is going to be 36 meters. Now, please write down in the chat box if you have any doubt. 36 meter B is the correct answer. As you can see, this was again a nice problem. Oh, 56 meters. Can you please check it again? Dosto, please check it again, my dear friends. No, I think you might have done some mistake. Please see. Hopefully you not have, you have actually taken this negative sign into account. All right, taken negative sign into account. Done. Quickly write down in the chat box here. Most of you have got this one wrong. 36 meter is going to be the correct one. Is it fine? Clear? Can I move on to the next one? So as I was telling कि you might not have seen these types of problems. ठीक है? So चलो let's quickly move on to the next question. Sir, what is gift NEET passing students? Arre, this is the best gift, na? This is the best gift for me and for you, for both of us. Chalo, let's move to the next question. A charge small q is placed at the center of a cubical box of side A with top open. The flux of the electric field through one of the surface of the cubical box is, let's start, 60 seconds, let's begin. What they are trying to say is that you have got a cubical box. You have got a cubical box, let's say something like this, right? And then they are saying we have got a charge q placed at the center. So charge q placed at the center, and then the next thing is that they have said that this is open from the top, right? So this is open from the top. That means this place is open. Let's say this is open. So what is going to be the flux through one of the surface? Flux through one of the surface of the cubical box. Flux through one of the surface from the cubical box. That means, let's suppose they are talking about what is going to be flux through this surface. The answer is very simple. No matter if it is open or if it is closed, flux will remain same, है ना? Because flux is basically the net flux from the entire cube is going to be, charge divided by epsilon naught, even if even if the top is open, right? Even if the top is open, net flux will be this, and flux due to one of the face will be 1/6 of this, because it is kept at the symmetrical point. 1/6 of this. So q upon 6 epsilon naught will remain the answer. I don't think you will have any doubt in this problem. Third is the correct answer. Very good. Nice. Great, my dear friends. Moving on to the next question. A conducting rod moving in a uniform magnetic field according to the diagram, then which end is at low potential? Let's start. You have to find out low potential, my dear friends. Rod is moving something like this. We know the formula of EMF is BLV. BLV, but when the rod is moving, when you have seen rod moves like this, right? Correct. So the answer comes out to be EMF as BVL. But what about this? What about this, my dear friends? So in this question, doston, what we are going to do is, if let's suppose this is L, then this length will become, first of all, this length will become L sine theta. Cause this is L and this is theta, so this length will become L sine theta. And because of this length, we'll have motional EMF, and this is velocity v, and motional EMF will be E equals to BVL sine theta. BVL sine theta, because the another length is going to be something like this. Another length is going to be something like this. That's going to be L cos theta, and there will be no EMF because of this component of length. So this is going to be the magnitude, but how you are going to find out the direction of EMF? So use Fleming's right hand rule. Please let me explain it to you. Fleming's right hand rule for finding the induced current. So magnetic field is cross. Mind you, magnetic field is cross. So let's align our index finger into the board, and motion is in this direction. So align the thumb towards the right direction, I cap. So current will travel in this direction. So that means current is traveling from bottom to top. So this is the direction of induced current. This is the direction of induced current. That means I can imagine a battery over here, something like this. And this is going to be induced EMF. That means this will be at higher potential and this will be at lower potential. All right. So they were talking about which end is at the lower potential. So Q will be at the lower potential. Second. All right. So some of you also have thought that either P or Q. Obviously, that will not be the correct answer, right? You cannot say either P or Q because we know that it is moving in a particular direction. If they would have said that either it is moving in I cap or minus I cap, then answer could be either P or Q. Is it absolutely fine? Quickly write down in the chat box, crystal clear for me. Then I'm moving on to the next question, my dear friends. Although 75% of you have got it correct, very good. Ankita, Sushmita, Falguni, Dipti, Usha and Nirmal. Very, very good. Can we move on to the next question? All of you who wants to attend poll, you can simply write down your answer in the YouTube chat box. All right. Moving on to the next question, my dear friends. Let's see. Crystal clear, very, very good. Very good. Very, 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 very good. This question says the maximum energy in the thermal radiation from a hot source occurs at a wavelength of 11 into 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter. Fine. According to Wien's law, what is Wien's law here? Wien's law is lambda wavelength is inversely proportional to temperature. Please remember these small things, है ना? You're going to get at least one questions from these tiny topics here and there. According to Wien's law, the temperature of the source will be n times the temperature of another source on Kelvin scale, for which the wavelength at maximum energy is 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter. The value of n is, I'm starting the poll. Let's start. 60 seconds will be fine. First of all, let me tell you that according to Wien's law, the Wien's law states that lambda times temperature is constant. Lambda times temperature is constant, right? So now they are saying the maximum energy in the thermal radiation of a hot source occurs at a wavelength of this. So this is lambda. The temperature of the source will be n times the temperature of another source for which the wavelength at maximum energy is this. So let's suppose the temperature for this wavelength is, let's suppose it is T. Let's say it is T. All right. So wavelength temperature for this wavelength is T. So the next thing that we are going to do over here is we are going to simply write lambda multiplied by T equals to lambda 2 multiplied by n times of T. That's what they are saying. Please see, maximum energy in the thermal radiation from a hot source occurs at a wavelength of this. According to Wien's law, the temperature of the source, that means this source on the Kelvin scale will be n times of the temperature of another source. So let's say temperature of this source is T, right? So this is going to be n times of T. So over here, let's write lambda is 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 multiplied by T is equals to, instead of lambda 2, let's write 11 into 10 to the power minus 5 multiplied by n times of T. So T and T gets cancelled out, right? T and T gets cancelled out and n will come out to be 5.5 times 10 to the power minus 5 whole divided by 11 into 10 to the power minus 5. Please see. Kindly check if everything is correct. Hopefully this is 11 into 10 to, this is 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. Please, 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 and 10 to the power minus 5 and minus 5. Let me just check units for you once. Hopefully unit is all set. Unit is also all set. Okay. I believe there is some error in this. Because value of n we are getting different value. The value of n they were talking about, na? Value of, I think there is some error in the options. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Because this is going to get cancelled out. Acha nahi, we have got also a point over here. Fine. We have got a point over here. Fine. So this is going to become 555 divided by 11 and 10 over here. So this will become 5 and answer should be 1 by 2. Absolutely, my dear friends. There is also a point. So 1 by 2 is going to be the correct answer. No problem. 1 by 2 is going to be the correct answer. That is option C. Great, yeah. Great. How many of you actually knew this law? Please tell me. How many of you already knew Wien's law? Be quick. Nice problem. Crystal clear now? Crystal clear? Be quick. Absolutely clear. C is the correct answer. 1 by 2. This is Wien's law. Lambda, also you can remember this like this, that Wien's law basically says lambda is inversely proportional to temperature. lambda is inversely proportional to temperature. Do remember it. Also complete the graph of this, right? And now we are moving on to the next question. Next question is something like this. Find out velocity of image of a given object. All right, so this is another nice problem. Velocity of object is 4 centimeter per second. Length is also moving with 2 centimeter per second. Focal length is 10. Object distance is 30. Let's start. I'm going to give you 90 seconds for this. And I'm going to also explain the concept behind it. See, if you guys only want to know the formula, I'm fine with it. I'm going to write down the formula for you. This formula is also applicable in mirrors. You only have to add one negative sign. Let me explain it to you. My dear friends, velocity of image with respect to lens in vector form is equals to v upon u whole square times velocity of object with respect to lens. Got it? So sometimes you can write this v upon u as magnification also. So this is the formula that you can use, very easy to remember. Same formula you can apply for mirror also, only difference is simply write one negative sign also over here, right? And now to expand this formula, this would mean velocity of image in vector form, of course, minus velocity of lens in vector form is equals to image distance divided by object distance square of this times velocity of object minus velocity of lens. Now, the first thing to do is to find out image distance. For that, we are going to use our good old lens formula. So, lens formula is simply 1 upon f is equals to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. Actually, we have got to that formula after differentiating this equation with respect to time t. If you want me to do that, I can do it for you. But right now, let me find the answer. So focal length is going to be plus 10. We wanted to find out V. So 1 upon V will be equals to 1 upon 10, that is focal length, and minus 1 upon U. Object distance will be negative. So object distance is 30 times 3 times 3. That means V will come out to be 30 divided by 2, that is plus 15 centimeter. Hopefully this is absolutely clear to you. Substituting the values over here, please see how I am substituting. Object is moving in this direction. Let's assume this direction to be positive. So velocity of image, we want to know what this is going to be, minus velocity of lens. Lens is moving in this direction with plus 2. Please mind the signs. This is plus 2, right? Equals to V is 15, U is minus 30. We don't have to worry about the signs right now because anyway it's going to get squared off. So, and then velocity of object is, my dear friends, 4 and minus velocity of lens is 2. Doston, this is also 2. So, velocity of image in vector form minus 2 is equals to, doston, this is 1 upon 4 and this is 2. So, this will become 2. So, Vi will actually become 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 2.5, and if we are getting 2.5 as positive, that means image is moving in this direction, right? So 2.5, sorry, centimeter per second, not meter, of course. So 2.5 is going to be the correct answer. That is option number 2. Now, all right, very good. So you have not done this correctly. Let us check. Hopefully I have not done any mistake. I don't think so, because this is 15, this is 30, this is 4 minus 2. If let's suppose you have add them, then this would become, then also 6 can't be the correct answer. I don't know how you have got 6. Okay, how you have got 6, I don't know, please. But I am all ears. Please ask your doubts. Quickly ask your doubts. Everything is clear? Any doubt in this formula? After this, if you have any doubt in the sign convention, you can ask me. In this problem, I have assumed this direction to be positive. I have assumed this direction to be positive. All right. And this direction to be negative. Clear? this direction to be positive, this direction to be negative. If any one of you wants me to explain how we have got to this formula, simply differentiate this. Differentiation of 1 upon f with respect to time will be 0. Please note that if lens is moving, that doesn't mean that focal length will change. Focal length will not change because of motion. It will change because if you are going to change the curvature, or you are going to change the, if you are going to do any cutting, or you are going to change the surrounding medium. So focal length will not change. And by the way, V and U are always measured from lens. So whenever you are differentiating V and U and you are writing dV by dt, it basically means you are finding out the velocity of image with respect to the lens. Lens is taken as origin, right? So that's why we are talking about velocity of image with respect to lens. Now just to save your time, please remember it that you can use exactly the same formula for mirror. You only have to add one negative sign. That is the most important thing to remember. So velocity of image with respect to mirror is equals to minus V by U whole square. Minus is obviously outside of the bracket, and then velocity of object with respect to mirror. Same formula. Clear? I'm moving on to the next question. Be quick. Sorted? Done. A cricketer can throw a ball of to maximum horizontal distance of 100 meter with the same speed. How much high above the ground can the cricketer throw the same ball? Alright, so this is not that difficult. Hopefully every one of you can do this. 60 seconds is your time. Start. Please see, they are saying that to a maximum horizontal distance. Maximum horizontal distance basically means maximum range. Maximum horizontal distance basically means maximum range, and maximum range is, mind you, u square sine 2 theta, that means sine 2 times of 45 degree divided by g. So maximum range is u square by g. Kindly remember it, u square by g. And then this is actually equals to 100 meters. This is equals to 100 meter. With the same speed, how much high above the ground it can throw? So again, this is very easy here, dosto. Let's say velocity is v, and this is going to be under root 2 gh, right? About one dimensional motion. So h will be equals to v square divided by 2g. Now v square upon g is 100. So this will become 100 divided by 2. So this will become 50 meters. Obviously, please don't get confused. This is nothing but u only. Done? Clear? Sorted? Can we move on to the next question now? So 50 meters is the correct answer. A very easy peasy problem. So I've got all sorts of questions for you. Very good. Very nice. Some of you have thought 100. Obviously, that's not going to be correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Again, a very easy problem. Do not get confused. If the potential at center of a uniformly charged ring is V naught, right? Then electric field at its center will be same radius. 45 seconds, even less time for this question. Be quick. Even less time, my dear friends, 40 seconds. Be quick. Come on. Sir, current travels from higher potential to lower potential. Outside the circuit, na bachche? From battery. You are going to apply the same logic in battery also. सर कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, प्लीज रिपीट कर दो. प्लीज आस्क योर डाउट बच्चे, प्लीज आस्क योर डाउट. What shall I repeat? Very good. Please remember that if we are going to talk about a charged ring, that means ring basically means that charge will reside only on the surface. There is only on the periphery. There is no surface, है ना? Only on the periphery, and obviously there will be no inside charge also. So Q inside is 0. So if Q inside is 0, electric field inside will also be 0. You can use Gauss law. You can use E equals to minus dV by dr. But electric field will come out to be 0. But if you have any doubt, just ask me. Even if you want to ask your question in Hindi, that's absolutely fine. I have got a constraint. I'll have to reply in English only, but I will reply. Okay, I will reply. You only have to ask. Got it? You only have to ask. Done? Chalo. Moving on to the next question. Let's see another graph questions. Okay, we have got mix of problems. So we have got difficult questions as well as we have got some easy questions also. Current through any coil varies according to the following graph. Then plot the graph for induced EMF versus time for the coil. All right. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you so much. Starting for 60 seconds. Come on. This is the graph through which induced current is there. Nahi, current through any coil. This is current through any coil and you have to find out the induced. You have to find out induced EMF graph. Be quick. You have to find out induced EMF graph. Be quick, हाँ. Sir, कितने questions आएंगे इससे? बच्चे, I am not from Hisar, neither I am from NTA, so how do I know? हाँ? How do I know कितने questions आएंगे इसमें से? I am expecting that concepts are going to be same, but I can't give you any false promises कि 20 questions आएंगे इससे. Be quick. You have to use the concept of induced EMF. Induced EMF can be written as minus L di by dt. Please see, huh? Please see. I'm also explaining you the concepts. So through all of these questions, we are also talking about the concepts like the previous few problems. Now in this question, this L is self-inductance, coefficient of self-inductance. So this is constant, right? This remains constant. Now di by dt over here is slope of IT curve. Obviously, so slope of IT curve. So from this point to this point, we have got a negative slope, negative constant slope, right? Negative constant slope. That means from this point to T, that means from A to B, what I can say is induced EMF will be minus L times of minus some constant. Let's suppose slope is some constant K. So you are going to get a positive value. So that means this is not the correct answer. So induced EMF, first of all, induced EMF will have a constant value because L is constant and this di by dt in this graph is also constant but with a negative sign because we have got a negative slope. So that means negative will become positive and third answer is going to be the correct answer. So after this, my dear friends, for this you have got positive slope. So if slope becomes positive, if this becomes positive, still you have got one negative sign and that's why induced EMF will be negative. So answer is over here. C is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Right? So please pay attention. Dekho, although if let's suppose C was not here, right? C was not here. And they have given you a graph like this. So we could have imagined here they might be talking about magnitude only. If they are talking about magnitude, it makes no sense of writing negative sign. So what I am trying to say is if you have got both of these graphs, then please pay attention about this negative sign also. So minus L di by dt. So third option is more suitable. Clear? Everything is sorted. If you have any doubt, do let me know in the chat box. Done? Can I move on to the next question? Next question is from Newton's law of cooling. If you have any doubt in Newton's laws of cooling, just watch this one question. It will get over. Okay? It will get over. Question says body cools from 60 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes. If the room temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and assuming Newton's law of cooling to hold good, the temperature of the body at the end of the next 10 minutes will be. Let's start 60 seconds. Let's begin. In the meantime, let me explain you what is Newton's law of cooling. Newton's law of cooling is दोस्तों dt upon dt is equals to minus K times of T average minus T surrounding. All right, T surrounding. Now this dt in the first place, this dt can be written as from 60 to 50. So please understand 60 minus 50 divided by this dt is time. So time is 10 minutes. Let's keep it in minutes, right? Equals to minus k and then average. Now you're going to write 60. Please see, you are going to write 60 plus 50 divided by 2. Arey bhai, don't do all of these things. Simply go between 60 and 50. 60 and 50, what is in between? 55. So simply write 55 over here. Minus surrounding temperature is 25. Got it? Don't do average like A plus B divided by 2. Simply go into the in the between 60 and 50 is 55. Average is 55. Now let's find out the value of K. This will become 10 divided by 10. So this will become 1. This is minus K and this will become doston 0 and this will become 30. So from here K value comes out to be 1 minus 1 upon 30. You can also ignore the negative sign. No worries. K is coming out to be minus 30. Now they are saying that what will happen at the for the next 10 seconds. So now for the next 10 seconds, now the initial temperature is 50 minus, let's say temperature is T divided by 10 equals to, instead of minus K now, instead of minus K, let's put 1 upon 30 because minus and minus will become plus. And now obviously for average, we don't have any option but to write something like this, and minus surrounding temperature will still remain 25. If you are going to pay attention, this will get cancelled out. This will become 150 minus 3T. I have multiplied this 3 over here and this will become 50 plus T. If you guys want, we can write this thing as minus 50 and we can again multiply this 2 over here. So this will become 300 minus 60 is equals to, this will get cancelled out and this is T. That means 7T is equals to 300. So T will come out to be 300 by 7. What is 300 by 7 bhai? 7 times 4 is 28. So it will be greater than some 40 value. Hai na? It will be greater than some 40 value, slightly greater than some 40 value. That means 42.85 is going to be the correct answer. 42.85 is going to be the correct answer. Any doubt, my dear friends? Quickly let me know in the chat box. Clear? Clear, 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 clear. C, na? C is the correct answer. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Done? Can we move on to the next question? Please remember, if a question will come from Newton's law of cooling, simply apply this equation, find out the value of K. For finding the average, go into the middle and then again after finding the value of K, substitute it over here. That means in the next equation and find out the temperature that they are talking about, right? Very similar type of a question usually comes from this topic. Moving on to the next question. Next question is this from YDSE. Okay, so almost from every part of syllabus I've got questions for you. In YDSE, the intensity at a point is 1/4 of the maximum intensity. Angular position of this point is equals to, let's start my dear friends, 60 seconds. Be quick. Be quick. In YDSE, they are saying the intensity at a point is this. Intensity, please remember that for YDSE, the net intensity formula is, this is only for YDSE, yeah, because we have got coherent sources, we have got sources which have got same intensity. So net intensity formula is 4I0 cos square phi by 2. This is the formula that you are going to use. Got it? Next thing is, they are saying that net intensity is 1/4 times. That means 1/4 times. Now please don't do any mistake. This is the maximum intensity. This is the maximum intensity. This entire thing is maximum intensity. So 1 upon 4 times will become I naught, 4 I naught by 4. So I naught, right? Don't write it as I naught by 4. I naught equals to 4 I naught cos square phi by 2. दोस्तों I naught and I naught will get cancelled out. Cos square phi by 2 will come out to be 1 upon 4. If you are going to take square, if you are going to take root both the sides, it will become cos phi by 2. This will become 1 by 2. From here, you can say that phi by 2 will be equals to 60 cos 60 degrees 1 by 2. That means this will come out as pi by 3. From here, you can write down phi is 2 pi by 3. That is 120 degree. For your information, this is 120 degree. Now they are talking about what is the angular position. Please understand, whenever they are going to talk about angular position, now simply use the concept, my dear friends, this concept. That means delta x is equals to d sine theta. D sine theta. Over here, obviously, I am writing it as d sine theta or d sine phi. Okay, chalo, because I have written it as phi, let me write it as theta. Now I really don't know what this delta x is. No problem. For this, I'm going to use another concept and I'm going to use it over here, that delta x can be written as lambda upon 2 pi times delta phi. That is phase difference. And by the way, phase difference is all clear. So delta x will come out to be lambda upon 2 pi multiplied by, instead of that, we are going to write 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancels out. This comes out to be lambda by 3. Substitute it over here, lambda by 3. Hopefully they have given what d is, है ना? Acha, देखो, they have not given d in the question, but in options they have given. So we are going to assume this as d. So d sine theta, and from here theta will come out to be, sine theta will come out to be lambda by 3d. This will come out to be sine inverse lambda by 3d. Sine inverse lambda by 3d. Sine inverse lambda by 3d is third option. Very, very good. Some of you have also thought it's going to be fourth. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Clear? Lambda by 3d. Fine. Everything is sorted. Let me quickly give you a revision of this entire question. First of all, maximum intensity in YDSE is 4 I naught. It happens at all the maximas, all the bright fringes. Maximum intensity is 4 I naught. So 1 upon 4th I naught will become I naught, not I naught by 4, right? So I naught. From this formula, you can find out the phase difference. What is the phase difference? See, two rays are coming, two waves are coming from two slits. So what is the phase difference at that particular point? So at that particular point, phase difference is 120 degree. Now they are talking about angular position. For finding out the angular position, please note you have to use this formula, that is path difference is equals to d sine theta. है ना? D sine theta. Over here, do not do that mistake that, sir, we can also write it as dy by d. है ना? That is d tan theta, and we only use that when we have to use approximations. Right now we are not using approximation. So lambda delta x will be d sine theta will be delta x divided by d. Next step is finding this delta x. For this, use the relation between path difference and phase difference. Instead of phase difference, we have written 2 pi by 3. Path difference comes out by lambda by 3. Substituting delta x as lambda by 3. Sine theta will come lambda by 3d, and everything is clear after that. Moving on to the next question. Done? Done and dusted. Can I move on to the next question? 60 seconds for this problem. Please read it. A rocket with a lift off mass of 2 into 10 to the power 3 kg blasted towards with an initial acceleration of 5. Easy problem. 45 seconds. Let's start. Easy problem. You have to find out the initial thrust. ठीक है बच्चे. Thank you Jainesh for your diary. Thank you so much. Thank you for spamming my chat. Be quick. Find the correct answer. Be quick. my dear friends, in this, if a rocket is moving, rocket is moving with an acceleration, and they are talking about initial thrust. So initial thrust will be simply mass of rocket multiplied by the net acceleration. And if it is moving up with an acceleration, so we are going to write it down as g plus a. Got it? So mass is 2 into 10 to the power 4. Gravity is 10 and acceleration is 5. So that means 15 times 2 is 30. So 30 into 10 to the power 4 Newton is going to be the correct answer, or 3 into 10 to the power 5. So this problem is very, very easy. Moving on to the next question. B. Great. Chalo. Next question is this. This is regarding potential. So, Shankar, you are talking about higher and lower potential. This question is for you, buddy. Let's start. I'm going to give you 90 seconds for this. Let's begin and let me read it for you. You can see the circuit. You only have to find out which statement is incorrect. Incorrect, right? After 2 or 3 days, you have got how many days? After 2 days, you have got your NEET exam. So please remember, whenever you are going to talk about correct or incorrect, you are going to underline that word mentally. You are going to again read it. This might happen in competitive exams, that they are talking about correct and your brain has read it as incorrect. This is very possible. This is very much possible. So they are talking about incorrect. Now let's find out the answer. First concept is that if they are talking about ground, if they are talking about concept of ground, it basically means this is basically earthing. Earthing basically means that this point will be at zero potential. This point will be at zero potential. Correct? This is certain. This is absolutely certain. Now the next thing is to draw one more circuit over here, and let me help you. We have got some resistors over here. We have got some resistors over here. We have got one single battery at this point, and I'm going to draw that battery. Please note, this is 20 volt, this is 10 volt. So I'm going to draw one battery over here and one single resistance, and I'm going to write it as 20 minus 10, that is 10 volt. So this is going to become 10 volt. And this is 1 ohm, this is 0.5 ohm. So R equivalent will become 1.5 ohm. So R equivalent will become 1.5 ohm. This resistance is 7.5 ohm. This resistance is 1 ohm. And these points are at 0 volt. So the next step is to find out the R equivalent. R equivalent in this case is going to be, dosto, 7 plus 1 is 8, this is 9, that is 10. So this is going to be 10 ohm. So current flowing in the circuit will be net EMF divided by net resistance, that is 1 ampere. So current is flowing in this direction. Current is flowing in this direction, that is 1 ampere. Now pay attention. If this is 0 volt, this can't be 0 volt. Okay? This can't be 0 volt. So don't write this thing as 10 volt. This would be absolutely wrong. Clear? Acha, anyway, you are not going to write it as 10 volt because obviously we have got an internal resistance. So let me find out the terminal potential difference. Let me find out the terminal potential difference. So that's going to be E minus I into R. So E is going to be 10 minus I is 1 and R is 1.5. So this, you will get this as, dosto, this is going to be 7.5, right? No, sorry, 8.5. That is 9 and 8.5. So this is 8.5. Now what I am trying to say is that this potential difference is going to be 8.5 volt. 8.5 volt, but you cannot write 8.5 and 0 over here because already we have got 0 volt at this point. Hopefully this is all clear, my dear friends. So how you are going to solve this is, please see that 1 ampere is moving like this. 1 ampere is moving like this, correct? 1 ampere is moving like this, and this is 0 volt. That means at this point there will be minus 1 volt. And if this is 8.5, that means over here we'll have 7.5 volt. Sorted? Done? And you can now check when current will pass through this 7.5 ohm, 1 ampere of current is passing, so there will be a 7.45 volt of drop. So 7.5 minus 7.5, 0. Everything is cool, everything is done. Please write down in the chat box. This is a very nice problem. Clear? So they were saying potential at point P is minus 7.5. This is an incorrect statement. This is an incorrect statement, my dear friends. It should have been plus 7.5. Next statement is potential at Q is minus 1 volt. This statement is absolutely correct. Potential at Q is indeed minus 1 volt. Potential at R is 0. Definitely at R it is 0. Potential at S is also 0. So all of these statements are correct. This is also correct. Done? Any more doubt? Clear? Quickly write down in the chat box. Quick. Answer is going to be option A. Be quick. Dosto. Done? Nice problem. Crystal clear. Can we move on to the next question? Quick. Chalo, good. Very good. Very good. So this question will also help you to understand what do we mean by earthing. Earthing basically means 0 volt. What do we mean by terminal potential difference? And this is 10 volt. That doesn't mean that potential difference across this will be 10. Of course not. It will be E minus IR, right? Because this battery is discharging. Clear? अरे भाई A is correct है, पूरा solve कर दिया. All right, done. Moving on to the next one. This question is for you. This question is for you. Let's start. 60 seconds. Let's begin. Power delivered by the AC source of the circuit becomes maximum when? Chalo. Quickly give me the answer. This is very easy. And if you have any doubt in the previous question, definitely you can ask me. Quick. 17th. The last question was absolutely correct. This is so very simple here. They are talking about when power delivered will become maximum, right? Power delivered will become maximum. The power formula is 1/2 or VRMS IRMS times cos phi. Now this is constant for a particular circuit. Now this will become maximum when this will become maximum, and maximum value is 1. Maximum value is 1 when phi becomes 0, and phi becomes 0 when XL is equals to XC, and we are talking about purely resistive circuit. That means omega L is equals to 1/omega C. So B is absolutely correct. That means in resonance this happens. So B answer is absolutely correct. Very easy. Good. Hopefully no doubts in this one. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. A is absolutely correct. Okay. Calculate the surface temperature of the planet if the energy radiated by unit area in unit time is this. Chalo, let's start. 60 seconds. You have to use Stephen's law in this. Let me write down Stephen's law for you. Acha, they are saying that planet may be assumed as black body. So P will be written as, although it is E sigma A, right? So right now we are going to simply write sigma A T raised to the power 4. And kindly note they are talking about energy radiated per unit area. Energy radiated per unit area in unit time. In unit time. That means they are talking about intensity, that is power upon area. See, energy radiated per unit time is power, and per unit area, power upon area is intensity. So this is intensity, and intensity will be simply sigma times T raised to the power 4. Now solve this and let me know if you have any doubt, dosto. Be quick. And just to let you know, you are going to use sigma as 5.67 into 10 to the power minus 8 into 10 to the power minus 8. Clear? Into 10 to the power minus 8. So use this value of sigma. So intensity will be sigma, that is, there is one more thing. They are also saying that if the energy radiated, they are saying that I is this. Okay? They are saying that I is this. So what I am going to do is I am going to simply say T raised to the power 4 will be I divided by sigma. T divided by 4 will be I divided by sigma, and intensity is 5.67 into 10 to the power 4, plus 4, and then you have got 5.67 into 10 to the power 8 minus 8. So 6, 7 and 6, 7 will get cancelled out, and we are getting T raised to the power 4 equals to 10 to the power 12. That means T equals to 10 to the power 3. That means 1000 Kelvin. 1000 Kelvin can be written as or 1000 minus 273, that is 727 degree Celsius. 727 degree Celsius, or you could have given you an answer in Kelvin also, but no problem. 727 is fine. That is option C. Great. Nice problem. Okay, very nice problem. Please remember these types of questions also. Moving on to the next question, my dear friends. Easy problem from a polarization. A Polaroid is placed at 45 degrees, starting the timer 60 seconds. A Polaroid is placed at 45 degree to an incoming light of intensity I0. Now the intensity of the light passing through the Polaroid will be. Intensity will be simply I0 cos square phi by 2 or theta by 2. So intensity was I0 cos square, and this is dosto this is going to be only theta, na? Sorry. Simply this. Find the answer. Be quick. Be quick, dosto. Not 1 by 2, simply cos square theta, cos square phi only. So this will become I0 by 2. Simple answer. I0 by 2, that is B. Malus law. So correct answer is option B. Cos square 45 is 1 by root 2. So this is 1 by root 2 and square of this, right? Pole of, let's look at the next problem. Chalo, next question is this. A block of mass 1 kg lies on a horizontal surface in a truck. Okay, so in a truck we have got a block of mass 1 kg. The coefficient of static friction between the block and the surface is 0.6. If the acceleration of the truck is 5, the frictional force acting on the block is. Let's start 60 seconds. Let me draw the diagram for you. Let's suppose this is a ground and we have got a truck over here like this. And on this truck, we have got a box. And this is accelerating, this truck is accelerating with 5 meter per second square. Okay, and the mass of this block is 1 kg. So dosto, there will be a pseudo force because of this acceleration, right? Acceleration of block, there will be a pseudo force acting on this block in this direction, in the opposite direction to acceleration, and this pseudo force will be equals to mass of the block times acceleration. That means mass is 1 and acceleration is 5, so this is going to be 5 Newton. This is going to be 5 Newton. And friction will actually resist this force. So friction force will act in this direction. Now let's find out the maximum value of friction, limiting value of friction. That will be simply mu times of normal reaction. mu was equals to 0.6 and normal reaction is 10. So limiting value of friction is 6 Newton. Now please note that in option, obviously they have not given 6 Newton, that's really nice, but the required force, that is the pseudo force, is less than the limiting value of friction. So answer of friction force over here is going to be simply 5 Newton. 5 Newton. B is the correct answer. Very good. Any doubt till here, my dear friends? Let me know in the chat box. Any problem? Be quick. Done. Moving on to the next question. Suppose a current carrying wire has a cross-sectional area that gradually becomes smaller along the wire. Fine, it area is becoming smaller. Has the shape of the very long cone as shown in the figure. Choose the correct statement. Let's start. 60 seconds. Let's begin, my dear friends. Please remember, in these types of problems, read the starting. Suppose a current carrying wire. That means we are going to assume current to be constant. Right, we are going to assume current to be constant, and current can be written as NEAVD. NEAVD, and just because they have said suppose a current carrying conductor, so we are going to assume that this is constant. Right, so from here drift velocity will be inversely proportional to area of cross section. So if area is more, drift velocity will be less. If area is more, drift velocity is going to be less. So electric current is different in different portions of wire. Wrong. We have to select the correct statement. Please note this. We have to select the correct statement. Electric field at point A. We are not going to talk about electric field also. Drift speed of electrons at point A is lesser. So when area is more, drift is less. That is absolutely correct. Third option is going to be the correct one. C. Very good. Great. Any doubt, my dear friends, from this question or any of the questions from the previous slides? You can ask me. Chalo, I'm moving on to the next problem. In a non-resonant circuit, what will be the nature of circuit for frequencies higher than the resonance frequencies? Higher than the resonance frequencies. Kindly remember that at resonance frequency, XL is equals to XC. Right, so if omega is greater than resonance frequency, then what will happen? Then what's going to happen? Whether XL will be greater than XC or XC will be greater than XL or none of the above. What's going to be the case? Please see. Repeat once. Shashu, please ask me your particular doubt. Is it about the last problem, dost? If it is about the last problem, simply read the question again. They are saying a constant current. They are saying a current is flowing. So whenever they are going to talk about current, they could have also said that a potential difference V has been applied. So then we are going to talk about drift velocity formula minus E tau by M. Over there we are going to talk about electric field. Done. So right now here we are going to only say, Shashu, I am explaining it to you. Over here we are going to use the formula of current is equals to NEAVD. So because they are saying current is constant, I becomes constant. Now drift velocity is inversely proportional to area. So thicker the wire, drift velocity will be less. Right? For this one, my dear friends, everyone should understand that if you are going to increase the frequency, see what will happen. If you are going to increase the frequency, XL is actually equals to omega L. So if you are going to increase the frequency, XL will increase. XC is 1 upon omega C. So if you are going to increase the frequency, XC will decrease. So XL minus XC is going to be positive. That means this type of a circuit, this means that XL will be greater than XC. That is, circuit will be inductive. Circuit is going to be inductive. Sashu, your doubt about the last question is absolutely clear, buddy. Right? Please confirm in the chat box. Then I'll move on. Moving on to this question. Please read this question carefully. This is again a nice problem. two rods of same material have same length and area. The heat delta Q flows through them for 12 minutes, right? For 12 minutes. सर 7.5 वाले आंसर का दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर दो. श्योर है ना बच्चे? बिल्कुल. इफ यू गाइस गोइंग टू आस्क मी, आई विल गो बैक. 7.5 वाले का आंसर का आई दोबारा एक्सप्लेन इट. ठीक है, डन. नेहा, प्लीज सी इट केयरफुली. आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन इट अंडर 30 seconds. You have to carefully listen. Earthing means 0 volt, 0 volt. This is 10, this is 20, this is high, this has higher EMF, so net will be 10 volt in this direction. So 10 volt in this direction. Resistance we always add 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5. R equivalent 1.5, 7.5, 1 becomes 10, current becomes 1 ampere. If current becomes 1 ampere, what is the terminal potential difference? 8.5. But do remember, this is 0 and current is 1. So 1 ampere current is flowing through 1 ohm. That means there will be a drop of 1 volt. So what is drop of 1 volt after 0 volt? It will be minus 1 volt. So we are assuming this to be minus 1 volt. And the potential difference, this is 8.5. Right? Clear? Done? All right. Done. So this is going to be minus 1 plus 8.5. So this is going to be 7.5. This is 7.5. Again 1 volt, again 7.5 volt will drop over here. This will become 0 volt. I have explained it again, Neha. Hopefully now it is clear. Moving on to the next question. Now sorted? Done? Chalo. Two rods of same material and same length and area, the heat delta Q flows through them for 12 minutes when they are joined in series. Okay. So when they are joined in series, let's suppose you have got two rods. Something like this. So this is, let's say, T1, this is T2, and length is L, area is A, length is L, area is A, temperature coefficient is K, resistance, let's say resistance is L, है ना? Resistance is L. We actually, if you remember, we write heat current as dq by dt, and that is A times of T higher minus T lower divided by something like this, Ka, T higher minus T lower divided by. So this thing can be written as Lk by A. This thing can be written as L by Ka. This is resistance. This is what I was talking about. So resistance of this is L by Ka. Resistance of this is L by Ka. So because this is in series combination, heat current will be same, right? So in series, heat current is same. So what I can actually write over here is, they are saying delta Q flows through them in 12 minutes. So delta Q divided by 12 will be equals to TH, that is delta T divided by, I mean, you can write down negative sign. Please don't get worried about the negative sign. Divided by 2R. Divided by 2R. Because in series combination. Now in parallel combination, I'm going to write, now they are saying, if now both the rods are joined in parallel, then the same amount of delta Q will be flown. That means this is delta Q, and now they are talking about time T, and this is temperature will remain same, but now the resistance R equivalent will become R by 2, right? So delta Q from here can be actually written as, you can take the ratios if you want, okay? Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So delta Q will be actually written as 6 delta T upon R. 6 delta T upon R. So we wanted to find out this time T. So T will be written as, dosto, please pay attention. Delta Q, that is 6 times of delta T upon R times R divided by 2 times of delta T. So R gets cancels out, delta T gets cancels out. 3 minutes is going to be the answer. 3 minutes is going to be the answer. Please pay attention. Ask me if you have any doubt. This is going to be the correct answer. 3 minutes. Achha, I have not given poll for this. I forgot to give poll. 3 minutes is the answer for this one. Clear? Done? Any doubt? Be quick. Moving on to the next question. The de Broglie wavelength of an electron in the ground state of the hydrogen atom is. Chalo, let's do this. 60 seconds. They are talking about de Broglie wavelength, right? Fine. We know that de Broglie wavelength can be written as h divided by momentum. Done. And whenever they are going to club de Broglie wavelength with atomic physics, please remember the most commonly used and most helpful postulate is Bohr's second postulate. That is MVR is equals to NH upon 2 pi. NH upon 2 pi. Right? That means दोस्तों H upon mv can be written as 2 pi r divided by n. 2 pi r divided by n. Now please understand what they are saying. They are saying the de Broglie wavelength of an, so we have to find out this. This is actually equals to h. Sorry, this is equals to lambda. So R1 will be, दोस्तों, first orbit is this 0.53 and they are talking about in ground state. So this will become 2 into pi 3.14 multiplied by R. R is 0.53 angstrom divided by n, that is 1. Please pay attention. Okay, so this will be around 3.333 if I am not wrong. Okay, this will be around 3.333 दोस्तों. Any problem, my dear friends? Clear? This will be around 3.33 angstrom. Option second is absolutely correct. Okay, half of you have thought it is going to be 4. Obviously, fourth is not the correct answer. They are not talking about radius. They are talking about de Broglie wavelength. Pay attention and you can also remember this now. Okay, lambda can be simply written as 2 pi r divided by n. Done? Clear? Any doubt? Sorted? Moving on to the next question. This is very easy. Chalo, still I'm going to give you poll for this. Let's start. They are talking about work done. A body constrained to move along y-axis is subjected to a constant force of this. So it is subjected to a constant force of this. And then they are saying work done by this force in moving a body a distance of 4 meter along y-axis. So 4 meter along y-axis, दोस्तों, force can be actually written as F dot R. And right now actually what we can do is integral of F dot ds. So force is minus I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap and then dot along 4 meter along y-axis, that means 4j cap. So simply answer is going to be 8 joules. That's it. 8 joules is going to be simple answer. Option B. Good. Very, very good. Moving on to some moderate difficulty level problem like this. Now solve this. Okay. Figure shows the circular motion of a particle, the radius of the circle, the time period, sense of revolution and the initial position are indicated on the figure. The simple harmonic motion of the x projection of the radius vector of the rotating particle P is. Let's start. Be quick. Please see the diagram and options and select the answer. Be quick. This is from SHM. This is from SHM. Quick. Nahi, Karan, don't give test in last 2 days. Just revise. Don't give test. Solve questions under time constraint. Okay? But don't give test in last 2 days. It's not advisable. Chalo. My dear friends, in this type of problems, please see, you can also use options, but I'm going to explain it to you using standard method. Dekho, this is A, right? This is A, amplitude A. They are talking about its projection on x-axis. So on x-axis, my dear friends, the projection is going to be this. And let's suppose this angle was some angle phi. So this will be pi minus phi. So this angle x will be written as, A sine, and then whatever this angle is, okay? Let's say that angle is, if this is phi, this is going to be 90 minus phi, okay? So I'm going to write it as cos of 90 minus phi. Now cos A cos B minus plus sin A sin B. So you are going to finally get A sin phi, right? A sin phi. So definitely if we are going to talk about at t equals to 0, we should get sine. And now the thing is, when let's say t is equals to 0, okay? When let's say t is equals to 0, we should get some of this value, and this value is obviously this x is less than capital A. And pi by 4 basically means 45 degree. So this will be less than 1. So option 1 is correct. Now let's see why another options are not correct. When t is actually equals to 0, this value will give 1. So answer will be amplitude. So that means according to this equation, at t equals to 0, body is at extreme position. So this is not correct. Same for this one, dosto, at t equals to 0, this will give sine 90 degree. That means amplitude, right? That means this is going to be plus 1. Right now amplitude is B. Let's not get into that, hai na? B or A, same things. So that means this is also not correct, even if it is sine, but at t equals to 0, we are getting our answer as plus 1 over here, and hence x will be equals to B. This is also wrong. For this one, dosto, at t equals to 0, this value will be 0 cos pi by 2, and answer will be 0, which is also not right because body is not at mean position. So either you can do it using standard method, or you can also take the help of options. Correct answer is going to be option A. Please ask me if you have any doubt. Very less number of students were able to solve this particular question. Be quick. Any doubt now? Write down in the chat box, crystal clear, then I'll move on. Be quick, dosto. Crystal clear. Very, very good. Moving on to the next question. Let's solve this. Quick, let's solve this particular one. In this question, we have got 2 ampere, 6 ohm, 12 volt, and you have to find out the potential difference A and B. Simply start with A, VA. Okay, I'll also start the timer. 60 seconds. Come on, be quick. VA, whenever you are moving across across a resistor and in the direction of current, simply write potential drop as negative. So 2 into 6 minus 12, then from plus to minus, right? Taking an exit from negative sign. So again minus. Then again minus 2 times 9 is minus 18. Then plus 4. And then minus 10 and equals to VB. Clear? So VA minus VB will be, this is going to become 24 minus 4 plus 18 plus 10. So this will become 20, 38 plus 10, that is 48 volt. Fourth is the correct answer. Done, dosto? Clear? Please let me know in the chat box. Bhai, acha, that is 2 kya? 1 second. 2 times, everything is correct na? Please check. 48 is correct answer. Why you guys are saying 32, bhai? Huh? 48 is absolutely correct, bacha. Please check again. Some of you were saying 24, some of you were saying C. Any doubt in this problem in the last question? Let me know. Done? Can we move on to the next question? Please see. ठीक है, done. चलो. Moving on to this question. First line in Lyman series has wavelength lambda. The wavelength of first line in Balmer series will be. Let's start 60 seconds. Be quick. First line in Lyman. First line in Lyman, let me explain it to you. That means N final is obviously 1, N initial is 2, and electron is moving from N equals to 2 to 1, right? So 1 upon wavelength, they have said it as lambda r 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 4. So times 4 times 4 times 4. So this will become 3r by 4, which means lambda will be 4 by 3r. 4 by 3r, right? Done. 4 by 3r, and then they are talking about Balmer. For Balmer, my dear friends, the nearest is going to be, initial is going to be 3 and final is going to be 2. So for this one, let's say it is lambda dash. So it's going to be r 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 9 times 4 times 9 and times 4 4. So lambda dash will be 36 divided by 5r. Dosto, now what you can actually do is you can substitute the value of r from here as 4 by 3 lambda. Okay, so when you are going to do this, lambda dash will become 36 by 5. Instead of r, let's write 4 by 3 lambda. Done? Clear? Hopefully everything is sorted. This will become 9. So 27 lambda by 5 is the correct answer. 27 by 5 lambda is the correct answer. That is option number 4. Please. Done? Clear? Fourth is absolutely correct. Good. Let me know in the chat box. Moving on to the next question, dosto. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Next problem is, when a ball is freely fallen from a given height, it bounces to 80% of its original height. What is the fraction of its mechanical energy lost in each bounce? In each bounce, right? So they are only talking about one bounce. So let's find that one out. Chalo, let's start. They are saying that a ball is fallen. They have said a ball is fallen from a given height. Let's say that given height is h. Let's say that given height is h. So at this point, its energy is all potential energy, that is mgh. And when it's going to fall, after this, they are saying it bounces to 80% of its total height, initial height. Okay. So the next time it is only able to reach 80%, that means 0.8 h. Clear? So dosto, this velocity is going to be under root 2gh. Acha, we don't have to worry about this. Let me tell you why. And this is, let's say, v dash. This is v dash. So dosto, v dash will be under root of 2g into 0.8 into h. Or kinetic energy will be the kinetic energy k dash is going to be half m into v square, that is 2g into 0.8 h. Got it, dosto? So this gets cancels out and you are going to get mgh and 0.8. So please, I have done each and everything for you. Now answer what's going to be. So in each bounce, 0.20 is obviously getting lost. Okay? Option A is absolutely correct. 0.2 is getting lost. So initially it was mgh and finally it is 0.8. So 0.20 is getting lost. Moving on to the next one, dosto. Let's solve first this question. A wave equation is this, where x and y are in meters and t is in seconds. Which of the following statements is correct? Let's start. 60 seconds. Let's begin, dosto. This is the equation and you have to find out the correct statement. Correct, huh? Please note. Don't do any mistake. First, let's compare this equation. If this is 60t, that means omega t will be equals to 60t. T gets cancels out. Omega is 2 pi f is equals to 60, which means that frequency will come out to be 30 upon pi hertz. 30 upon pi hertz. This is sorted. So they were talking about frequency as 50 pi. This is wrong. Done. Then they are talking about wave travels with the velocity. Please remember, formula for wave velocity is omega by k. Now we know that omega is 30 by pi and k is, mind you, this is k. So value of k is 2. So this is 2. So this is going to be 15. That means this will be 15 by pi meter per second. Meter per second or centimeter per second, whatever they are saying. So just a second. Sorry, omega, let me just correct it. Omega is not bachche 30 by pi, omega is actually 60. So you are going to write 60 divided by k is 2. So this is going to be 30 meter per second. But still wrong, huh? Still wrong because they are saying 300. Still it is wrong. And in the negative x direction, this is absolutely correct. It is indeed moving in negative x direction. As you can see, we have got a plus sign over here. That means wave is traveling in negative x direction. Okay, but it doesn't have velocity of 300. It has 30 meter per second of velocity. Wavelength is of pi meter. For this, my dear friends, obviously now third is going to be the correct answer because first two are wrong, so we cannot have fourth one. So now let's see. दोस्तों, k can be written as 2 pi by lambda and k is given as 2. So this gets cancels out. Lambda is equals to pi meter. This is absolutely correct. Clear? Let me know in the chat box. Third is again right. Nice, very good. Quickly write down in the chat box if everything's clear. Done? Be quick. Any doubt? Quick, quick, quick. Can we move on to the next question now? Crystal clear, very good. Moving on to the next question. Let's solve this also now. Energy needed in the breaking of a drop of radius r into n drops of radius small r is given by. Let's start. 60 seconds. Begin. Begin. Doubt clear ho gaya. Very, very good. Very good. They are talking about what is the energy needed. दोस्तों, energy needed is surface tension multiplied by change in area. So surface tension is S, change in area will be, please understand, when you have got n different drops, there we'll have more area. That means n multiplied by 4 pi r square minus, initially the radius was capital R, so 4 pi r square. Right, so 4 pi r square times n minus 4 pi r square times surface tension. This is going to be the correct answer. So option A is absolutely correct. Very good. Chalo. If you have any doubt, do let me know in the chat box. This is a nice problem. Here they are saying that potential difference across 8 microfarad. है ना? अच्छा, the charge. Just a second. I think there is some problem with this diagram. 6, 4, 7. This is 6. Let me just write it for you. Huh? Don't worry. This is 6 microfarad. 4 microfarad. This is 7 microfarad. Okay. Now kindly do it. Be quick. 6, 4, 8. Sorry, this one is 8. This one is 8. All right. And then you have got 7, 9, 9 and 36. 7, 9, 9 and 36. Now please solve it. Got it? Now solve this. Myra, which one, bache? Which question? The last one? The last one? Shall I go back to the last one? After, let me explain this question, then we'll do that. Okay. In this question, they are saying what is the potential difference across 8 microfarad. 8 microfarad. Got it? Now let's start this particular problem. This is a very nice question. So mark it for your revision if you have time for revision. Okay. There goes. Let's say this point is A. This point is B. So if this point is A, this point will be A. If this point is A, this point will be A. Certainly this point can't be A or this point can't be B. So I'm going to name this as some another point as C. If this point is C, this point is C. If this point is C, then this point is C, and hence this point and this point is also C. Now what I am trying to say is, because they are at same potential, charge will not flow between this. Okay? So there is no point of talking about this 7, this 9 and this 9, because charge is not going to flow. And mind you, this point is B, so this point is B. Now let's start to draw the circuit again. So you have got A. So let's say this point is A. So you have got from A, you have got 6, you have got 4 and you have got 8. You have got 8. So from A, you have got 3 capacitors in parallel combination, which are 6, 4 and 8. Which are 6, 4 and 8. And then we don't have to do anything with this. And then after C, you have got simply one capacitor, which is 36 microfarad. Right? And then finally, this is your battery. Now this becomes way simple. This is 40 volt. Hopefully everything is clear. Doston, the equivalent of this entire thing will become, 10 and this is 18. So 18 microfarad. 18 microfarad and 36 microfarad. Is it clear, doston? Sorted? Pay attention. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Let me just check the values once. Although 6, 4 and 8 absolutely, and the last one is 36 absolutely, dosto. No doubt about this. Okay. Now they were talking about voltage at 8 microfarad. Clear? I think everything is clear. Done? I mean, this is absolutely wrong. No? I mean, all the options are wrong. Please see. This can't be correct. For if this is 40 volt, how come this entire thing will get 40 volt? Hai na? They are talking about potential difference across 8 microfarad. Potential difference across 8 microfarad capacitance will be nearly, right? They are saying nearly. So according to me, this entire thing is in parallel. So 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18, and this is 36. So doston, we all know that potential can be written as charge divided by C. Now these two, this 18 microfarad and this 36 microfarad are in series combination. Done? These are in series combination. So my dear friends, if these are in series combination, charge is same. So potential will be direct inversely proportional to capacitance. So this will get, are you getting right? So if let's suppose this gets V potential, this will get 2V potential. This entire thing will get 2V potential and 3V will be equals to 40. So V will be equals to 40 by 3, and we wanted to find out potential across 8 microfarad. So potential across 8 microfarad will be 2V. So that means this would become 2 by 3 times of 40. Done? So that is 80 divided by 3. 80 divided by 3. If it was 90 divided by 3, it would have been 30. So it will be slightly less than 30. I have got only one option, that is third. that is 27 volt. Is it absolutely clear? Question is very nice, very good, right? But options are actually, option makes the question very simple. Okay, if this is 40 volt, if this is 40 volt, how come you are going to get more than 40 volt in any of one? How A is parallel? Bache, I can explain how, which one is parallel here. How A is parallel. What is A? A is a name of the point. A is name of the point. How A is parallel, Dharun? I am explaining it to you, dost. Please note that I have said that, let's say name of this point is A, so this will be A, right? And because I've got a clean wire, then this will be also A. Now I can't name this point as A because I've got capacitor in between of these 2 points. So I'm naming this point as some another point as C, because I also can't name it as B. Now if this is C, this is C, this is C, this is C, this is C. Now when you have got any electrical element between 2 points and those 2 points are at same potential, then charge will not flow, because charge also flows from higher potential to lower potential. So if charge is not flowing, that means we don't have to do anything with these capacitors. So we have simply removed them. Now I am saying here this 6 microfarad is connected between A and C, this 4 is connected between A and C, this 8 is connected between A and C. That means these 3 capacitors are connected between 2 same points. That means it's a parallel combination, है ना? And then this capacitor is connected between C and B, and another C is also connected with A using these 3 capacitors. So that's how your circuit is. Okay? And I have not found out that charge. You can easily find it out, but definitely answer is going to be C. Great. Any doubt, my dear friends? Clear? इससे पहले वाला भी रिपीट कर दो. फाइन, इससे पहले वाला भी रिपीट कर देते हैं. Which one? This one. This one is very simple, बच्चे. For this one, initial potential energy was mgh. Finally, it will only go to a height of 80%. That means 80% of h is 0.8. That means now the new energy is mgh times 0.8. So what is the loss in energy? Loss in energy is mgh minus 0.8 times of mgh, which is 0.2 times of mgh. So they were talking about fraction of energy lost. So fraction basically means that energy lost divided by initial. So initial was mgh. So 0.20. Done, bachche? Clear? All right. Moving on to the next one. So this question was also very, very nice. You can see, ये वाला नहीं. So कौन सा वाला ना? Please explain which question, बच्चे. Please explain which question. Then I can explain it. Till then I'm moving on. 4 pi वाला. ठीक है, 4 pi वाला. Okay, 4 pi वाला. This one. Okay, this one. This is see what happens over here is that you might have read this. Whenever you will increase the surface area, okay? Please understand the concept. Let me explain the concept. That's why I am here. You will ask, I'll always explain. Let's suppose we have got a film over here and we have got a rod. We have got a movable rod and we are applying a force in this direction. So what does surface tension want? Surface tension wants to keep the surface area of any liquid as minimum as possible. So if you are increasing the surface area, you will have to do work against surface tension. That work will get stored in the form of surface energy. So surface energy formula is, this is surface energy. This is surface energy. And the formula for surface energy is surface tension times increase in area. Got it? Increase in area. So initially we had one single drop of radius capital R. One single drop of radius capital R. Done? So the area of this was 4 pi into r square. Now you have got like n small drops of radius small r. So volume will remain constant, the amount of liquid will remain constant, but surface area will increase, and that increase will be the new surface area minus the initial surface area times surface tension. Abhi everything is clear. Can I move on to the next question now? Quickly write down in the chat box. Done? Sorted? What about this one? In a fission reaction of uranium-236, we get X and Y having atomic mass number of 117 plus 2 neutrons. The binding energy per nucleon of X and Y is 8.5 mega electron volt, whereas for uranium-236 it's 7.6 mega electron volt. Okay. So if you want to find out energy liberated in these types of questions, dosto, you only have to do the calculation. 117 plus 117 is obviously going to be 234 because you have got 2 electrons over here. So 234, is it right? 234 plus 2 is 236. So 234 multiplied by, for X and Y it was 8.5. So 8.5 minus 236 multiplied by, for uranium it is 7.6. Now you only have to solve this. Okay? And this will be in mega electron volt. If you want to change, you can change it in other units. I can explain I can tell you the answer. It's going to be nearly 200 mega electron volt. Okay? It will be nearly 200 mega electron volt. C is the answer. Third is the answer. Clear? Let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Chalo, moving on to the next question. Let's solve this question. A child is standing at one end on a long trolley moving with a speed v on a smooth horizontal floor. Please see, they are saying that we have got a child standing on a long trolley moving at a speed of v. So we have got a trolley over here. And we have got a child. And it is moving in this direction. If the child starts running towards the end of the trolley with a speed of u, the center of mass of the system will, 60 seconds, let's start. Center of mass of the system will, be quick. What will happen? This is v, this is u. What's going to happen with the center of mass? Be quick, huh? See, the concept is that initially system was moving. System, that means center of mass was moving with a velocity of v. Now when child starts to run, after child starts running, still the net external force is 0. If net external force is 0, then net acceleration on center of mass will be 0. So that means v will not change. So if initially the entire thing was moving with v, that means center of mass was moving with v, so it will still move with v. Now one student has said, sir, either it's going to be D or it's going to be A. The problem with A is that you are going to select A when initially they were at rest. Let's suppose initially the entire system was at rest, so center of mass then will remain at rest no matter which things are moving, because there are no external forces acting over here. So answer is going to be first. Clear? Moving on to the next one. Let's solve some questions from gravitation. If the gravitational attraction at surface of earth is small g, then increase in potential energy in lifting an object of mass small m to a height equal to half of radius of earth from surface will be. Let's start, 60 seconds. Be quick, huh? Be quick. Solve this. quick. They are saying gravitational attraction of Earth, gravitational acceleration at surface of Earth is g, then increase in potential energy in lifting an object of mass m to a height equal to half of the from the surface. So दोस्तों initially the object was at this point, right, and then we are increasing it to a height of r by 2, half of the radius of Earth. That means this is r by 2, right? This is r by 2. We are increasing it half of the radius, and then we want to find out the potential energy. So दोस्तों in this they are saying increase in potential energy in lifting an object. ठीक है? So increase in potential, they are only talking about increase in potential energy. That means delta U will be U final minus U initial. So U final is minus G mm upon R plus R by 2, and then minus plus G mm upon R. So you only have to solve this. दोस्तों this will become this is going to become minus G mm upon दोस्तों this will become 3R, and we will have a 2 over here, and plus G mm upon R. Let's write 3 and let's write 3. So finally you will get G mm upon 3R. Done. Now we can do one thing. Now we know that what is the increase in potential energy, that is G mm upon 3R. So let's multiply 1R and let's write 1R over here. Now Gm upon R square can be written as small g, mgr by 3. Fourth is the correct answer, mgr by 3. Clear दोस्तों? Any doubt? So correct answer is going to be fourth, D. Great. Some of you have said 2 also, so please check your answer. Moving on to the next question. Next. Clear? If Ne and Vd be the number of electrons and drift velocity in a semiconductor when the temperature is increased, then what will happen? Nice problem. Please see. You must remember your notes. दोस्तों, quick. Please quickly do this, everyone. See, everyone knows that they are talking about two things, na? One is Ne, that is number of free electrons, and drift velocity in semiconductor when temperature is increased. So when temperature is increased, definitely number of electrons increases because they can jump from valence band to conduction band. Now the problem with drift velocity is that please remember the formula of current as NEAVD. So if we are going to talk about VD is actually, it also depends upon N. So if N is going to increase, VD is going to decrease. So drift velocity actually decreases. So NE increases and drift velocity decreases. So A is the correct answer for this one. Good, very good. Some of you have said 4th, but obviously 4 is not correct. You guys can check. Moving on to the next question. Two stars of masses m1 and m2 are parts of a binary star system. Binary star system, the radii of their orbit are r1 and r2 respectively, measured from the center of mass of the system. Please see. Let's suppose this is orbit of one star and this is orbit of second star. Pay attention, huh? And their common center is somewhere over here. Common center is somewhere over here. Right. Now please see. They are saying M1 and M2 and R1 and R2. So let's say this is M1, this is M2. So this is R1 and this is R2. Clear? And then they are saying the magnitude of gravitational force on M1 and M2 will be. So it's going to be F equals to G M1 M2 upon R square. So that means R1 plus R2 whole square. Right? The magnitude of gravitational force exerts on this is going to be the force. So G M1 M2 upon R1 plus R2 whole square, that means option 4th dosto. Please let me know if you have any doubt. This is going to be the correct answer. That means option number 4. Achha, I have not given poll in this. Clear? Everything is sorted in this. Let me know. Option A is wrong. Here option A, what is the difference between option A and this? I don't think there is any difference. A and this is exactly the same by. Achha, this is M1 plus M2. Sorry. Obviously, nahi. That's multiplication, na? My bad, bache. Obviously A. Correct. Moving on to the next question. I'll give you poll in this. A current I ampere flows along an infinitely long straight thin walled tube, then the magnetic induction at any point inside. Let's start. 60 seconds. Let's say you have got a wire like this. And because this is thin, that means current is flowing only on the periphery. Current is only flowing on the periphery, right? And if infinitely long, straight, thin walled tube. So if they are going to talk about any point inside, let's say this is the axis, and they are talking about any point inside. So when you are going to write integral of B dot dl, you will get mu naught times of I net. So I net is 0. There is no, so there will be no magnetic field as well. So this is going to be 0. B. Good. Now let's see another problem. One from the logic gate. Chalo. One from the logic gate, dosto. Solve this. Be quick. 60 seconds. This is A. This is A. All right. And this is B. Again, this is A. This is B. So this will become A dot B and a bar on it. And this will become A plus B. Now you have got and. So finally Y will become A plus B dot A dot B and bar on it. So if you want to change this, you can write A plus B, A bar plus B bar. And then you can actually multiply this. Okay, so this will become A times A bar plus A times B bar plus B times A bar and plus B times B bar. Now please note, my dear friends, whenever you're going to have something like this, this will become 0. This will also become 0, right? Because A times A bar means that either it is 0, 1 or 1, 0. It will become 0, right? So finally you are getting Y equals to A times B bar plus B times A bar. And this is going to be your XOR gate, bache. Clear? My dear friends, any doubt in this? Let me know. Sorted? B is absolutely correct. Good. Very, very good. Moving on to the next one. the Young's modulus of a wire of length L and radius Y, if the length is reduced to L by 2 and radius R by 2, Young's modulus will be very easy. Solve this, don't do any mistake, be quick. And if you have any doubt till here, ask me, I am going to explain it. Be quick and simultaneously solve this question also. Good, very good. Solve, huh? बच्चों, Y is equals to stress upon strain, right? Stress is directly proportional to strain. If stress is going to increase, strain will increase. If somebody is saying that if length is reduced, radius is reduced, that doesn't mean that Y will change. It is independent of geometry. Independent of geometry. It depends upon material. It is material dependent. If I've got a 1 meter of steel wire or 10 meter of steel wire, will you change the value of Y? Kya? So it will remain Y. Now you tell me why you are doing these questions wrong. Option B is absolutely correct. See, please doston, check what doubt you are having in these types of problems, and in other questions also. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Next question is this. Some questions from thermodynamics as well. Be quick. Pressure versus temperature graph of an ideal gas is as shown in figure. Density of the gas at point A is rho naught. Density at point B will be. Let's start. 60 seconds. Be quick. You have to find out density at point B. Quick. Dosto, we know we can write down PV is equals to nRT, right? And further, this is your ideal gas equation. And now we can write PV equals to, instead of N, we can write down M divided by molecular mass times R into T. Or pressure can be written as M divided by V, RT by capital M. Or you can write down it as rho RT by capital M. Rho RT by capital M. Right? So this means that in these types of, in this problem, we all can see that P upon T is actually the slope, and it is constant. And it is constant in this graph. Right? So that means P upon T will be equals to rho R by M. So R by M is also constant. So from here I can say that P upon T is directly proportional to rho. P upon T is directly proportional to rho. So they are saying that density at point A is rho naught. So density at point A, that means P naught upon T naught is equals to rho naught. And you can also write down R by M, I have no problem. Now the point is that at B you are going to write density as 3 P naught and temperature as 2 T naught. So P naught upon T naught was, now you can equate it to density rho times R by M. Okay, clear? Everything is sorted, my dear friends. So instead of P naught upon T naught, simply write rho naught R by M or rho R by M. R by M gets cancels out, so you will get 3 by 2 rho naught. 3 by 2 rho naught is the correct answer. Option B. Please check. Please, my dear friends, check this question again. Hopefully you have no doubt. If you have any problem, do let me know. Clear? Done, dosto? Any more doubt in this problem? 3 by 2 is absolutely correct. 3 by 2 is absolutely correct. Chalo. Most of you were saying 4 by 3 or some of you were saying 3 by 4. All right. Moving on to the next question. 4 charges are placed at the circumference of the dial of a clock as shown in the figure. If the clock has only 4 hands, then the resultant force on a positive charge Q0 placed at the center points in the direction. Let's start. 90 seconds for you. Let's begin. Be quick. 90 seconds. You have to find the direction of the net force. Find the direction of the net force. Four charges are placed at the circumference. Okay. Then resultant force on a positive charge Q0. Q0 is positive. So this minus Q will attract it in this direction. This plus Q will repel it in this direction. Right? Then plus Q will repel it in this direction and minus Q will also attract this in this direction. So this is going to be F, this is going to be F, and resultant will be somewhere over here. So this is going to be between 6 and 9 p.m. and we have got one time, that is 7:30. This is the correct answer. B. 7:30. Very good. Good, good, good. Very nice. Let's solve this particular problem. Figure gives us system of logic gates. Chalo, 90 seconds. Let's start. 90 seconds. Let's start. Figure gives a system of logic gates. From the study of a truth table, it can be found that to produce a high output 1 at R. Fine. So, dosto, at X, this is X. So, this will become X bar. This is X and this is Y and this will become Y bar. So, this will become X bar plus Y and this will become X dot Y bar, and finally R will be, R is going to be X bar plus Y plus x dot y bar, and because we have got a NOR over here, we'll write down one more line, right? Next is break the line, so we'll have x bar plus y bar, bar on it, and change the sign x dot y bar and a bar on it. Now let's do the same thing over here. We'll get x bar and bar because we are breaking this line as well, changing the sign bar on y as well, dot same thing over here, that means x bar plus y bar and change the sign to plus. This will become x dot y bar dot x bar dot plus y. Now you can check after this only. I mean, if you guys want to check after this only, you can check how you are going to get 1, है ना? How you are going to get 1. Or what you could have done is, I think this is all fine. This is all fine. So if let's suppose x is 0, and y is 1, this will become 0, and whatever this is, answer will be 0. So first can't be the correct. If x is 1 and y is 1, so this will become 0. Okay, this will become 0, so we don't have to go over there. If x is 1 and y is 0, that is this is 1. If x is 1, then this will become 0, and y is 0. So this is also not possible. That means answer D is going to be the correct one. If x is 0, just a second here, no answers are correct. Kya? Third is correct. If x is 1, and y is 0, so this will become 1, and dot if x is this is 0 and this is 0, fine now, so we are getting 1. So third is correct. Dosto. See, if x is 1 and y is 0, this becomes 1. 1 dot 1 is 1, and then we have got problem in this. If x is 1, we are having problem in this. Let's check it again. Dosto. So this is x bar and this is y. So x bar plus y, and this is x and this is y bar. So x dot y bar. And I have missed this completely. This is because we are not getting the correct answer. A not over here, dosto. So we'll have a not over here. So that means we'll have a not over here as well. है ना? And when you are going to break the line, this will, after this, things are going to change. My bad, things are going to change, and this will become x bar dot y. I missed this inverter, dosto, and dot, this will become x dot y bar. Pay attention, and you are going to do a bar over here as well. Clear? You are going to do a bar over here as well. So this will become x dot y bar dot x dot y bar. So this is nothing but a dot a. This will be simply x dot y bar only. So x is 1, and when y is 0, this will give you 1. Answer C is correct. This is very, very important. Please don't miss things like this. This was a not over here. Answer C is absolutely correct. Very good. Clear, my dear friends? This is your leadership board. Very good. Neha, Ankita, Yash, Gaming, Mahira, Abhishri, Dipti, Sushmita, Levi, Nirmal, Ananya, Usha, Kirti. Very, very good. Ridhima and Karan. Very good, everyone. Is it fine? Everything's clear till here? No more doubts? Done? Be quick. Let me know. So we'll keep it till here for today, and tomorrow I have got another 2 sessions, so watch those as well, right? Tomorrow I'll have another session at night at 8 p.m. So I'll bring some more questions like this in that session, and then we have got a combined session. It will start in the morning, and all 3 faculties are going to take that combined session. In that also we are going to solve many more questions just like this. So stay tuned, right? This will be now end for this lecture. Got it? Any more doubt, my dear friends? Done? Be quick. Let me know. Chalo. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. If you have any other doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Right? I'll include that in my next class. Chalo. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.